afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. It's back to Bunker Town.
Yes, we are distancing a little bit just to be safe like everybody else. How does it feel to be back in there, Mark? It's been a while.
Just like old times.
Yeah, a little deja vu.
About a year ago we were in here because I was back here for my birthday, which is in February. So, and just to be clear, during the day in the newsroom, we're all running around with our masks on. It's just we don't want to be in the same room without masks, so that's why we're doing this.
Yes, and hopefully we'll get through this in the next couple of weeks and get back to normal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
First up in the news today, it was an alert day for cold, whipping winds and a few snow showers. Dana Fulton will tell us what to expect for the rest of the week.
We'll have an update. Today was day 2 of the Halderson trial. 16 witnesses were called today, including friends of the family.
And record COVID cases here in Wisconsin and across the country. The Omicron variant also responsible for an increase in hospitalized children. Let's take a look outside on this Wednesday. A reminder that Lisa Briggs will be taking your plant and garden questions because everybody's thinking about gardening right now, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a good reminder, so we'll let you know when it's time to call in. But this is a nice day to get out and bundle up and enjoy the snow.
Yeah, as long as you got the right clothes on, it's not bad. Dana Fulton is in the...
It is a little chilly outside for us right now, guys. We do have winter weather advisories still in effect throughout southern Wisconsin. That goes until 6 p.m., so just at the start of the evening commute. Due to the wind still, that is our primary focus. Sustained wind speeds generally close to 20 miles per hour, 32 miles per hour right now in Monroe, where the weather sensor there is on a bit of a hill. But it's been breezy outside today. Again, our peak wind gusts getting into the 40s for most of southern Wisconsin. I'm sure you noticed it if you spent any degree of time outside. And it's still a bit breezy. That's going to be the scene at least for the next few hours. Looking at our Doppler check right now, we have some light flurries mainly to the north. We could still see some light flurries coming down with a slight chance for light flurries tonight, but our focus is now shifting to our next alert day in the forecast for Friday and then for next Monday. Low temperatures will be below zero, wind chills down to about 25 below zero early in the day. So we're in for a cold afternoon or cold morning for both Friday and Monday, but we'll take a look at that 10-day in just a few minutes. As far as traffic is concerned right now, we aren't seeing any major delays. I don't have any accidents popping up in my system, but some of those rural roads, again, the hillier spots, definitely dealing with some reduced visibility on the roads right now because of the wind coming through. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 15 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, an 18-minute drive this evening.
All right, we'll check back in a few minutes. Jana, thank you very much. Come on in, stay warm. Friends of the Halderson family say that Chandler Halderson wasn't acting like himself while his parents were missing and called his behavior, quote, weird.
That was part of the focus of day 2 of the Halderson trial. Halderson is accused of murdering and dismembering his parents. Brady Mallory joins us with what close family friends had to say about the parents today and why they knew that something unusual was going on. Brady?
Well, Bart and Krista Halderson's friends say when Chandler Halderson reported his parents as missing, the story he told police about what they were doing was completely out of character for the couple they had known for decades. Chandler Halderson allegedly told authorities and several family friends that his father and mother had taken a large amount of cash and alcohol and had left with another couple he didn't know to go blow off some steam. Jane Hilgendorf, who testified, says that didn't sound right, and her first thought was, that's not my best friend. She says neither Bart nor Krista Halderson were drinkers and says it didn't make sense they would take all that cash because Bart was a CPA. She says they were very tight with their money. Hilgendorf said she also talked about what kind of parents the Haldersons were and says they were amazing.
They weren't yellers. They didn't do any of that stuff. I mean, I don't think they had probably ever even spanked their kids.
Hilgendorf's daughters also testified. They'd say one of the biggest red flags was when Chandler Halderson was talking about detectives wanting to look at text messages on his phone. They say Chandler Halderson told them that if an officer ever wanted to see your phone, you should not hand it over to them, but instead give them screenshots of everything they would need. Well, both women say that struck them as an odd comment, since they thought he should be willing to do whatever it took to help police find his parents. Well, previously, Chandler Halderson's defense has told the jury that the events that happened before and after the Haldersons' deaths don't prove what actually happened to them. And to keep in mind, Chandler Halderson is innocent until proven guilty.
All right, Brady, thank you. We have many resources for you to get access to all the information you need regarding this lengthy trial here on channel3000.com/Halderson. We have a live stream of the trial. There's also a timeline of all the events that led up to this trial from the last time the Haldersons were seen all the way to his trial date. You can also find updates on the Channel 3000 News app. COVID cases in adults as well as kids have been hitting record highs. There are 20 children who are COVID positive in Children's Milwaukee Hospital right now. That's up from 15 earlier. And while most kids are not as affected as severely, doctors want to make sure that we're aware that some kids can get quite sick. So what can you do and your community do to prevent these numbers from going up?
I strongly believe that prevention is the best approach to treatment, and so prevention is the thing that we want to focus on. Vaccinations are a key cornerstone, not just for COVID, for many other childhood illnesses that we have seen reduced in significant numbers and severity because of vaccinations.
Dr. Gutzeit recommended parents seek information from their primary care providers, somebody who can provide the best information about the science behind the vaccine and the safety of it.
The CDC has no plans to change the official definition of being fully vaccinated against COVID-19, but federal health officials are imploring people to get their shots and boosters. Average daily cases are up 98% over the previous week, and hospitalizations are up 63%. This comes amid some muddled messaging on isolation guidelines, a shortage of home testing kits, and skyrocketing case counts. Bradley Blackburn reports from New York.
Health officials say despite signs of reduced severity, Omicron's high transmissibility means hospitals could still be stressed.
A certain proportion of a large volume of cases, no matter what, are going to be severe.
The CDC is still emphasizing vaccination, boosters, mask wearing, and other precautions, but its revised isolation guidance is confusing to some. Infected persons do not need a negative test to end their isolation, but they can test if they want to.
That's really about availability of these rapid antigen tests. I think that kind of complicated algorithm might work in the ICU at a hospital, but it doesn't really work well as public health guidance.
Another issue with those at-home tests, unreported cases.
Obviously, if I would have tested at the doctor's office or at the hospital, the health department would have been notified.
The Biden administration has purchased 500 million free at-home test kits to be delivered to Americans, but the website to request those kits won't be up and running until later this month.
We'll continue to do more and more to increase access to testing given the extreme demand.
Chicago's public school teachers voted to switch to remote learning, prompting officials to cancel classes.
We don't feel safe. We don't feel that the students are safe.
While in Massachusetts, some classrooms may see these four-legged friends sniffing out COVID.
Whether it's the Omicron, whether it's the Delta, our dogs will hit on it.
A CDC advisory panel is meeting Wednesday to consider Pfizer's booster shot for children ages 12 to 15. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Well, Stoughton Trailers is expanding in 2022. The transportation equipment giant is adding a new plant in Waco, Texas later this year. The plant will manufacture chassis products and brings 125 jobs to the Waco area. Stoughton plans to move equipment to Texas by March and begin manufacturing by the early in the second quarter.
I want to make sure that there isn't confusion. We are not moving current jobs from Stoughton or Evansville to Waco, Texas. This is all about building more chassis.
The company also installed a new chassis production line at its Wisconsin facility. The move is expected to bring 150 new jobs to the state between facilities in Stoughton, Evansville, and Waco. The company expects to manufacture 25,000 chassis per year, hitting that rate by September of this year.
There was a public hearing today on a bill that would make it a felony to damage or graffiti any statue, painting, or other monument on publicly owned land. It would expand an already existing law that says it is a felony to damage certain vehicles, highways, and state-owned historical property. The bill disregards the monetary impact of the damage and is a reaction to the protests of 2020 and 2019. The penalty would be be a prison sentence of up to 3.5 years and a $10,000 fine.
You look at disrespect for the rule of law, order, things that we saw here around the Capitol, things we saw in Kenosha, things we saw with public buildings, things we saw with, correctional facilities with people inside them. If you have the damage that is done to the people's buildings, to the people's history and monuments, yes, I believe that prosecution across the board.
Because this bill revises a penalty for an existing crime, the Joint Review Committee on Criminal Penalties may be requested to prepare a report.
13 people, including 7 children, were killed when a fire broke out in a Philadelphia home early this morning. Fire officials say it took firefighters almost an hour to get the blaze under control. 2 people were taken to the hospital. 8 escaped without help. Fire officials say the 3-story row house had 4 smoke detectors, but none of them were working. The building, owned by the Philadelphia Housing Authority, was converted into apartments in the 1950s. The Philadelphia Department of Licenses and Inspections says it has had no violations. 26 people lived in the building. Investigators are still trying to determine what caused the fire.
CES, formerly known as the Consumer Electronics Show, kicks off today in Las Vegas with the latest in tech, including new vehicles. Hundreds of companies are on hand showing off new gadgets and devices. But with COVID cases rising, many large corporations chose to stay home this year and give virtual presentations, including General Motors. Hyundai has an eye on a future that involves personal mobility. The company wants to develop pods that take passengers from home down the road and even to a mother shuttle. It's too early for a timeline on when the concept might become reality.
Could be a while.
Brave new world.
Well, the upcoming Grammy Awards have been postponed due to what organizers called, quote, too many risks due to the Omicron variant. The ceremony had been scheduled for January 31st in Los Angeles with a live audience and performances. The Recording Academy said today it made the decision to postpone the ceremony, quote, after careful consideration and analysis with city and state officials, health and safety experts, the artist community, and our many partners, end quote. The multi-talented John Baptiste is the leading nominee for this year's honors, grabbing 11 nods in a variety of genres, including R&B, jazz, American roots music, and classical and music video. A future date will be announced sometime soon.
We'll let you know.
Well, there's more at 4. Do you have some upcoming travel plans? Are you thinking of changing them?
Well, CBS's senior travel advisor, Peter Greenberg, will join us next to tell us the state of travel as Omicron surges across the globe. That's when Live at 4 continues. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduced that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
Open late, early, weekends, after double shifts, during lunch breaks, in between grocery shopping, side gigs, and picking up the kiddos. Drop off your docs, upload online, or file on the go. At Jackson Hewitt, we work around your schedule so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
Welcome back, everyone. After nearly a century at the top, General Motors is no longer the leader in U.S. auto sales.
Toyota has taken the top spot for the first time. The Japanese automaker reported U.S. sales were 5% higher than GM on Tuesday. GM partly blamed manufacturing supply shortages for its decline, but Toyota also builds most of its vehicles it sells in the U.S. in America. Toyota says 70% of its vehicles sold in the country are built at 5 U.S. plants. Still, GM predicts it should see growth in 2022 due to improvements in the supply chain.
Well, attention shoppers, you'll have to wait an hour to go to Macy's and leave an hour earlier due to COVID protocols. The retailer announced it is trimming its operating hours on both the opening and closing side. Macy's stores will now open at 11 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. Company officials say they're preparing for a potential increase in COVID cases among workers. They expect the new hours to last throughout January. The change only applies to Monday through Thursday. Operating hours will not change Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, the U.S. Navy made history this week with the first woman to lead a nuclear carrier on a deployment. Captain Amy Barnschmidt is the commanding officer of the USS Abraham Lincoln. Monday, thousands of service members who will serve under her command were deployed from San Diego at the Naval Station North Island. They'll be part of the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group. The strike group is headed to the Indo-Pacific region with what the Navy calls its most advanced air wing.
The Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs are set to face off Monday for the College Football National Championship. And Indianapolis is getting ready for the big game at Lucas Oil Stadium. About 100,000 people are expected to be in the city for events throughout the weekend. Despite a rise in COVID-19 cases, there are no restrictions. According to the 2022 Indianapolis Host Committee, masks are not required for any indoor events. But county health officials are urging everyone to still wear masks indoors, get vaccinated and boosted, and test themselves before attending any crowded event.
Well, a lucky person could make history with Powerball tonight. The lottery says its jackpot is now worth $610 million. That's Powerball's 7th largest jackpot ever. It's been 3 months and 39 drawings since someone has won the jackpot. Powerball says the odds of winning the top prize are 1 in 292 million.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The economy ended 2021 strong. That's according to the ADP employment report, the latest one. 807,000 private sector jobs were added last month. That's more than double what economists had predicted. Leisure and hospitality gained the most with 246,000 positions. Trade, transportation, and utilities came in next with 138,000 jobs. America added 6 million total private sector jobs last year, but it was still down 4 million compared to pre-pandemic levels.
Stocks fell on Wall Street. The Dow lost 392 points after setting records the past 2 sessions. The NASDAQ gave up 522 points, or 3 1/3%. The S&P 500 was off 92.
Well, just when things were starting to look up, the travel industry is taking a huge hit again, thanks to the weather and the Omicron variant.
We are talking to CBS Senior Travel Advisor Peter Greenberg about the state of travel as we begin the new year. Peter, Happy New Year to you.
Hi, Peter. Good to see you.
And good to see both of you.
What's the state of travel in the U.S. as we speak?
Well, if you go back to basically before Christmas till now, they've canceled or delayed 18,000 flights, another 1,000 yesterday, about nearly that much today. But there is good news on the way. The airlines are trying to basically stabilize their schedule, putting their crews and their planes back in proper sequence. And by the end of this week, they should be back on track. Keep in mind that the one thing that's working in the airlines' favor is at the beginning of the year, that first quarter is a very low traveled month. So they're going to get back on track with fewer people traveling now that we've cleared by the holidays.
Oh, that is good news. Which airport was hit the worst by the combination of airline cancellations from the weather and from the pandemic?
Well, you had a couple. You had Denver. You had Washington Reagan, which at one point it was affecting 27% of all of their flights. So you can imagine the trickle-down situation there. You had Chicago because of some weather, and then you had weather problems on the West Coast. And remember, planes don't work on a point-to-point basis. It just trickles down across the country. You mess up one flight, you're missing up an entire day.
Let's talk about the CDC advisory advising people not to go on cruises. How big of a hit is this for the cruise industry?
Well, in the long term, probably not very big at all, because most of their people who have booked on cruises are repeat cruise passengers who are very loyal to their ships that have been waiting 20 months or so to get back on. As we're speaking today, about 240 cruise ships are going to continue their itineraries, although earlier today, Norwegian Cruise Lines has canceled a number of their trips. But it's not because of bookings. It's actually because of ports that may not allow their ships to dock. So this is a continuing and fluid situation. Again, if the Omicron variant continues its path of only lasting for about 2 to 3 weeks, then you may see the cruises be back in shape before you think that they might not be. But bottom line right now is future bookings right now, people who have not cruised before may still be on the fence. But the veteran cruise passengers, they're holding on to their bookings.
Timing is everything. You timed it perfectly, Mark.
Yes, I did.
Is there any good news for travelers now that we're early in the new year?
There's really good news if you need to travel or if you want to travel by air. The airfares have plummeted as traffic has plummeted. And to give you an example, I'm going from New York to Los Angeles next week. My airfare is $108. I'm going later in the week from Dallas to LaGuardia. It's in double digits. It's $36. The cab ride to the airport is more expensive. Now, this is historically part of the first quarter of any year, but even more so now. It is a huge buyer's market.
Good. Let's end it on a positive note. Peter, always great to see you. Hope to see you here in Madison very soon.
Happy New Year.
And still to come tonight at 4, good news for Star Wars fans. The Book of Boba Fett is now streaming. We'll have a preview coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Dry eye symptoms driving you crazy? Inflammation might be to blame.
Time for Agent Burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts. Talk to an eye doctor about Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes.
This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible.
This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
Well, take a look at this.
Bud. Yo! Yo, he's buried.
Jeremy Pascal pulls off an incredible backflip in California, but is swallowed by the snow. He lands with his feet up and head buried about 2 feet down. His friends quickly ski down and frantically start digging him out. In less than a minute, they miraculously pull him up for some air. These are professional athletes, and they stress that this is exactly why you ski in groups.
That's for sure.
He is lucky.
Wow, look at the snow out there. Well, grab a pair of binoculars and head outside. It's National Bird Day today. The types of birds you typically see depends on factors like climate, nearby geographic features, and the time of year. But if you want to attract more birds to your yard, identify the species that live in your area, look up what they eat, and stock your bird feeder with what is most likely to attract them. That is always important this time of the year, and it's something that we love to do, especially when the weather gets colder. They need our help, Dana.
Yeah, I'm filling up the feeder every other day.
Yeah, they need a little extra fuel right now to keep warm also.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do.
And we have another potential snow on the way, right?
Really looking at the cold right now. The cold is what we're focusing on. Wind chills really dropping below zero for us early Friday morning and yet again for the start of next week. So we're going to take a closer look at that trend right after the break.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this New Year's, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This new year, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and start saving.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it is cold and it is windy. 14 right now in Madison with some light flurries, sustained wind speeds in the teens for most of the area, coming in from the west and northwest with a wind chill of about 1 right now. So we do still have that winter weather advisory in effect until 6. Wind chills right now at about 6 below 0 for us in Janesville, 8 below in Platteville, and 1 below 0 in Lone Rock. So it feels quite cold outside. Our actual temperatures, again, generally in the teens. That's a little bit cooler than where we were at this time yesterday. Quite a temperature change over the last 24 hours, and we're going to continue this cool trend through the rest of the evening. And as we look ahead to Friday, Thursday and Friday, things get a little cooler outside for the end of the week. Now, it's still a bit gusty. We have high winds for the next several hours. Cold temperatures expected for Thursday, and more of a bitterly cold pull for us on a Friday. In general, the 10-day forecast looks pretty dry right now. A few slight chances for flurries, but really not expecting any big events to build in for us, trending more on the dry side for the next several days. Mostly cloudy right now, variably cloudy skies expected overnight. Temperatures will fall for us overnight down to the single digits for early Thursday morning. Variably cloudy for Thursday afternoon with high temperatures only in the mid to low teens. So it's cold outside for Thursday. Friday is when it gets very cold, bitterly cold. Temperatures below 0 early in the day. Wind chills early Friday morning. Could get down to 25 below 0 for us early Friday. Friday afternoon, high temperatures generally staying to about 10 degrees. Notice that shift in our breeze coming in from the south. Saturday, not quite as cold outside, but we get another blast of cold air heading in for the start of next week. So we just keep riding this roller coaster. Alert days in the forecast for Friday and for Saturday due to those low temperatures dropping below 0, wind chills dropping down to possibly even 25 below 0, and high temperatures in the single digits are close to about 10 degrees. So it's that time of year where we just keep an eye on the neighbors and the pets when it gets that cold outside. 12 the high for tomorrow. Variably cloudy skies, very cold with a slight chance for maybe a few flurries swirling around. But as I mentioned, it really seems like a dry stretch for us for the rest of the 10-day. Variably cloudy skies for Thursday, partly sunny on Friday. The sunshine doesn't help us warm up too much, though. Will be variably cloudy for Saturday and Sunday with, again, some flurry chances for us late Saturday. Temperatures fall during the day on Sunday. That puts us below 0 for early Monday morning. With the wind chill factored in early in the day, it's certainly going to feel below 0 throughout the afternoon. Looking ahead to next week, it seems likely that by the middle and end of next week, we rebound a little bit, start to get closer to average this time of year, mid-upper 20s, and that's where we're pulling as we get towards the back half of next week. But we have to get through a few more days before we start to see the 30s for our highs again, guys. So make sure you're bundled up if you're heading out.
It's going to be chilly walking the dogs.
Yes,
It's
yes.
good weather to own a cat.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
A new story from the Star Wars galaxy is now streaming.
Rick Damigella has a look at the book of Boba Fett.
Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
Tamura Morrison is back as one of Star Wars' most iconic characters in The Book of Boba Fett.
Left for dead. On the sands of Tatooine.
The Book of Boba Fett is kind of a dream come true for anybody that has fallen in love with this character since he was first introduced in The Empire Strikes Back. We get to understand a little bit of where this character is coming from. We get a much more humanized interpretation of who Boba Fett is.
Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
Boba Fett has become a crime lord, supplanting the killed Jabba the Hutt and Bib Fortuna, and he has taken the throne on Tatooine. And he's joined by Fennec Shand, who is played by Ming-Na Wen, who is this killer assassin who can take out anybody.
You all accrued wealth and riches under Jabba. You can again. With this man.
There is this old gunslinger kind of attitude, and it's wonderful, you know, and proven storytelling.
I am not a bounty hunter. I'm the crime lord now.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
The Book of Boba Fett is streaming now on Disney+.
I needed a flow chart with
exactly.
Very confusing. All right, well, coming up next here on Live at 4 with the rise of the Omicron variant, is it time to rethink the cloth mask? We'll find out next.
And then coming up at 5, Republicans are trying to push a bill suggesting that natural immunity can be a substitute for vaccination. Our Naomi Coles will tell us all about it coming up at 5.
At Menards, we have everything you need to create the bathroom of your dreams. Sterling products provide a combination of style and comfort to make your bathroom come to life. These showers and tubs have a durable, high-gloss finish that provides a smooth, shiny surface that's easy to clean. Transform your bathroom today and save big on Sterling showers and bathtubs now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
About 40% off lenses with purchase of a frame. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 5, friends and neighbors of Chandler Halderson's parents testified today. Find out what they had to say about the story Halderson gave on the day they went missing.
Winds won't be as strong, but wind chills will be frigid as temperatures continue to fall. We have an alert day in the forecast for Friday for bitterly cold temperatures and wind chills. My forecast at 5.
Then at 6, Wisconsin receives its first round of COVID-19 antiviral pills. We'll let you know how much is here and how soon the new drug could reach those who need it tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a live look at downtown Madison. The state capitol, it's a wintry picture. This weather story over the next couple of days is going to be the wind and the cold with some bitterly cold temperatures on the way.
That looks cold.
It does. It just looks cold. You're right. Well, for nearly 2 years, we've been hearing how important it is to mask up to prevent COVID-19 from spreading. With the rapidly spreading Omicron variant, experts say cloth masks do not cut it anymore.
Wendy Gillette has what you need to know to protect yourself and others in this unprecedented surge.
With the highly transmissible Omicron variant surging across the country, experts say it's time to upgrade the cloth mask.
The typical cloth mask might be 50% effective, and that was okay before. It doesn't seem to be enough with Omicron. We have special masks called respirators, such as an N95, that offer much greater protection. They're able to block 95% of particles that are either going out of your mouth or that you're breathing in.
Dr. Lindsay Marr with Virginia Tech studies how viruses move in the air. She says other respirators are also widely available.
Things like a KN95, which is a Chinese version of the US N95. It has ear loop straps, and it's made out of a special material that's very efficient at filtering out particles. It also is designed to fit closely to your face. There's a South Korean version called a KF94 that some people call the boat-shaped respirator.
Three-ply surgical masks can also help prevent contact with infected droplets.
There are ways to really improve the performance of a surgical mask by improving its fit. One way is to use some little kind of clips or toggles on the ear loops so that you can tighten it up so it pulls closer to your face.
The fit is critical for all of these masks to ensure the strongest possible protection.
What you need is to have a good seal, especially around your nose, and you want to make sure there aren't gaps at the sides of your cheeks or at your chin.
As for kids, Dr. Marr says also choose a good mask that's comfortable with good fit and filtration. Some respirators are designed for kids, but N95s are not designed for younger children. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
And it's important to check that a regulating body in the U.S., Chinese, or Korean governments have approved what you're purchasing. Counterfeit KN95 respirators are pretty prevalent, and the CDC maintains a list of brands selling counterfeit masks.
Do your homework. Well,
I have mine right here.
Are your house plants looking a little bit wilty right now? Are you planning ahead for spring? Then stay tuned. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is standing by. She'll be taking your plant questions. If you have a question, call now, 608-270-9933. We'll take your calls when we come back.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
Clog their defenses.
Sir, yes, sir.
Combat leaves debris and damage to your home and property all year round with a solution you can get and forget. LeafGuard is the only gutter system guaranteed never to clog, whatever the weather. Call 1-833-LEAFGUARD today for a free in-home estimate and get a $50 gift card. Defend your gutters from clogs forever with LeafGuard. Call 1-833-LEAFGUARD today.
It's time to take your sleep to the next level with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses actively adapt to your body's pressure points, giving you a more personal sleep experience than ever before. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at $22.99. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress set purchase. Upgrade your sleep with a Tempur Ergo Smart Base that automatically adjusts to snoring, giving you a great night's sleep. Relax. It's Steinhafels.
Some good news with traffic right now. We aren't seeing any major delays throughout Dane County. In fact, the Beltline east and westbound actually looks pretty smooth for us this evening. North and southbound along 39 and 90, the same story. As we look down into Rock County, no delays for downtown Janesville either. From the Beltline to Janesville, about 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie at about 17 minutes for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Just 15 minutes apart, twins Eileen and Alfred Trujillo have completely different birthdays. Each baby arrived in the world on a different day, month, and year. At 11:45 p.m. New Year's Eve 2021, Fatima Madrigal gave birth to her son Alfredo. 15 minutes later, as the clock struck midnight, Eileen arrived. Born on December 30, one was born on December 31st, 2021. The other born on January 1st, 2022. Mom says the twins will celebrate their birthdays on the same day. The chances of this happening, by the way, 1 in 2 million.
They'll have a story to tell for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. All right, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is taking your calls at 270-9933.
We have 3 lines open tonight if you want to give Lisa a call. Oh, Lisa, look how green and lush it looks there.
Warm.
Now that our Christmas trees are put down, now we have to get some houseplants.
Yes, yes. Oh, it looks so nice. All right, let's go to the phones and we'll start. Okay, sorry here. We'll start with Kim in Madison. Sorry about that, Kim. Hi there. What's your question?
Yes, I have a multi-bulb indoor ponytail palm, and I found out that it was actually underwatered. What was the problem? Due to lack of soil. And so rather than repot it now, when I do it in the spring, how much of those dead roots can I actually cut away to replace and give it enough soil? Because I'm afraid of handling the roots improperly. I've been tilting it at an angle to get the water right underneath the bulbs to keep it watered, but I know you not water much in the winter, but can I cut the roots much, the dead roots away? How much can I cut when I repot in the spring?
When you get ready to repot, and you want to do that about the middle or latter part of February is about the best time as far as earliness is concerned. Get a bigger pot, about an inch bigger or all around, so a 2-inch bigger in diameter than what you have now. And when you gently remove some of the soil on the sides, you'll see any roots that are damaged. You know, they'll be discolored. So you can take those off. But if you see any little like live, you know, nice fleshy roots, leave those for sure. And then just use a really good soilless potting mix. And in the meantime, when you're watering it, and you probably shouldn't have to water it many more times between now and repotting, maybe try to soak it a little bit so that that water like soaks up from the bottom. That might help.
Yeah, it's a rough time of the year. Let's go to Dave in Madison. Hi, Dave. What's your question?
Hi. My daughter gave me an amaryllis bulb. It grew to about 2 feet tall with one bloom on it. Then I had another stalk come up. I had 4 blooms on that one. And then the first one had 4 more blooms on that. It grew, it was 34 inches tall. Is there any way that I can save this for next blooming time?
Yes, so what you want to do is you want to cut back the flower stalks as far back as you can go to the bulb. And any of those strappy leaves that are coming up, you want to leave those, keep those going. And about the beginning of March, you can start fertilizing it with just a regular houseplant fertilizer and keep it going through the summer, maybe fertilizing it every 3rd week. So water, fertilize. And then in September, you start the dormancy period. And you can stop in the store and pick up a handout for that. You can ask us that question on Facebook, or you can call back to Channel 3 and we will tell you how that process works. But amaryllis are really easy to keep from year to year.
Okay, very good. Thank you for calling. Betty in Janesville, you're next. Hi there. What's your question?
My question is, I believe the WISC company did all the landscaping at the SSM hospital here in Janesville, and they have a red bush that is solid red berries right now. It just... I mean, it was all green leaves, and I had no idea. But we drove past it yesterday.
Probably one of two things. And I work in the store, so I don't know what they're using on their projects. But if the berries are small and along the stems and sort of orangey red, then it's a winter berry. But if the berries are like bright, shiny red, like cherries, and in clusters at the ends of the branches, then it's probably what we call a choke cherry. It's a native plant, and there are different varieties in different sizes and great fall color. It's a really nice plant.
Beautiful.
All right, let's go to Jan in Janesville. Hi, Jan.
Jan, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was wondering about my Christmas cactus. The leaves are starting to fall off, and I don't know if it needs more water or less water.
Has it flowered already?
Yes. It flowered 3 weeks ago.
You probably want to ease off on the watering a little bit. Christmas cactus are succulent, and it's probably being overwatered. So let it dry out before you water it again.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you for calling. Boy, Christmas cactus, we always get a lot of calls.
Gotta get one of those in, that's for sure.
Like every week, right?
Yes. Lisa, thank you so much. Great to see you. That's all the time we have for calls, everybody, but thanks for your calls today, and we'll do this again very soon.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Lisa. See you soon.
Happy New Year to you guys,
Well,
too.
the final check of your forecast coming up.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
The Home Expo is coming this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Some key testimony from family, friends, and neighbors today in the Chandler Halderson murder trial. Find out what they had to say tonight at 5. Also, the debate over whether employers should accept proof of natural immunity from COVID. Join us at 5.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First One Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team. First One Weather, only on News 3 Now.
Well, it is chilly right now. Temperatures in the mid to low teens for us throughout southern Wisconsin. That lands wind chills a little below zero for some areas. It feels quite cold outside. Now we're expecting a pretty chilly stretch ahead. Still windy outside, gusts still high for this evening. Very cold Thursday, bitterly cold for Friday, and overall the 10-day forecast right now looking mostly dry. A few small light flurry chances, but in general the focus really on those cold days for us for Friday and heading into the start of next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4. It's your chance to talk to a veterinarian for free. Dr. Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care will be taking your pet health questions live.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming, so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
About 40% off lenses with purchase of a frame. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, a city in China famous globally for its annual snow and ice festival is once again being affected by COVID.
For the second year in a row, officials were forced to curtail many events because of the virus. Traditional activities that come with the festival every January, including ice sculptures, competitions, ice swimming, and ice weddings, were canceled again this year. Visitors are required to scan QR codes at the entrance to prove they've not been to any mid or high-risk areas in order to enter the venue. There are a few sculptures for visitors to see, but nothing like years past. Maybe next year. It's affecting everything around the globe.
That's for sure.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.